Hello and welcome to today's stream for the Formula 3 race. Here we are doing the Monterey Grand Prix. It's hosted here at Laguna Seca, the wonderful track here in America. I hope you guys all enjoy this track as much as I do, and as much as these drivers do racing it. We're going to have, 23 laps around this track. And that is going to be some exciting 23 laps. Of course, we just had an exciting Formula 1 sprint race, and we had for sure a GTWS race just now. But yeah, let's get this 28 lap circuit parade done. Of course, it's not going to be a parade. We will be overtaking. Well, we won't be. The drivers will be. Let's see who we're riding on board with currently. Currently, we're riding on board with Alfie, who is, of course, driving for Pokémon Racing, as he always does. Let's run through the grid that I have been told about right now. The Formula 3 grid starts with this driver here, Alfie, on pole. Second is this driver right here. This driver is, of course, Tomi. Tomi will be starting in P2. After Tomi, we have this driver right here. This driver is Gab. Gab driving for Overpower Grand Prix. After Gab, we have we have Seb. Seb is driving for Pokémon. After Seb, we have Levy. Levy is driving for APS. He's using the red skin. There is a purple skin. After Levy, we have External. External is driving for the Leighton House team. We have a few more drivers, but they're starting from the pit lane. We'll run through them now. We have Mini D, who is driving, if I can find the overlay I have, there we go, driving for Iron Rock Racing. And then we have Eduardo and Posey, but the formation lap is starting very soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to ride on board with Posey for the formation map. Here we go. I didn't see any graphics. We can't see the race positions, and there's already been some calamities with External and Eduardo. Of course, Eduardo driving into External, into the wall. And they're both blaming each other. And, well, yeah. Calamities, as I said, on the formation lap. We'll see if they red flag and restart, which is what they usually do when there is formation lap shenanigans. But yeah, we will see. Well, the Grand Prix will start very soon, so let's ride on board with the P3 driver, who I can't remember the name of. Very good I am. Gab, that's what I thought it'd be. Never doubted you for a moment, Gab. Here we go. We'll put the thing back up. Gab. Coming through the corkscrew in the GTWS race, this is where my race ended. Pretty unfortunate, but hey-o, that's how things work. And around we go. The drivers will now go to the grid. So let's just clear the screen and get ready. And a moment as I set the camera up. So you can see the drivers in the distance. It is very far away in the distance because the the grid is very far away from this bridge here, which is where the camera would be. As we wait for the call from race control, here we go. 1 flag, 2 flags, lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights which are red. Green, 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 and away they go. Terrible start from Gab. They're in the overpower, and the pit lane starters can now go. Staying around the outside as Gab, Seb takes the inside line and takes P2, goes wide on turn 2, keeps P2. Alfie wild in P1. Let's have a look at the back of the field. Riding on board with a Posey now. Let's have a look behind Eduardo and External, of course, having that little coming together on the formation lap. Oh, you can see just how much steering input he's having to put in. Of course, we can't see the positions, we can't see the gaps, so we'll just have to go on what we can see. But External will be pushing as hard as he can to turn the gap to Eduardo down as far as he can. Let's have a look at Levy, who looks like he is going for an overtake on Gab. These two ex-teammates, Gab swapping from overpower and APS seemingly weekend by weekend. Down the inside goes Levy though, and he gets that place on Gab. It's a nice, goes through butter. Soft butter, not hard butter. But Gab's not going away. Right down the inside, falls back. It all gets closed by Levy, and looks like Toomey is trying to make a comeback on Gab as well. Riding on board with Toomey now. Is he going to go on the inside, or is he going to hold back? Let's have a look as we enter the corkscrew section now for lap 2, I believe this is. There's been a moment with Gab, and what has happened there? That is a lot of desync with Gab. I don't know where Gab is. Gab seems to have just had a lot of issues there as Toomey goes wide. Is Toomey going to go on the inside? He goes for the late lunge down the inside and gets that position on Levy. And Levy is going to be very... oh, he definitely wasn't expecting that. That is for sure going off track to avoid hitting Toomey. Let's have a look at Levy. Scared nonetheless. Scared nonetheless? No, not scared. I'm perturbed, you might say. Down we go. Safety car is called, and we will have to see what's happened. Looks like Seb is pretty stationary. What has Seb done? Seb is still driving. External, still driving. What about Toomey? Still driving. I think that Gab has had a moment. Yep, it is Gab. Gab is stuck on the penultimate corner. That is very unfortunate for Gab, as he just sees all the drivers now passing him. He is helpless. He is stuck. He is out. Well, lap 3, and we are now going in a safety car. Alfie now leaving the pit lane. Levy is in pole position. No, he's in the first position because he hasn't had a pit stop. That means he's going to have more wear on his tyres, less fuel though. A chance for his tyres to cool down. which will give them a bit more grip. But very importantly, Alfie's tyres, they're going to be fresh pretty much. They're not going to have that much wear. And these two drivers, they've been known to have a few touchy times before. I don't mean that in a weird way, but certainly in the early stages of Levy's BeamGP career, he wasn't the cleanest with Alfie, but I think they've grown to respect each other now, and well, we've certainly seen a growth in Levy's racing as he has raced with us over the past 3 seasons. This is, of course, season 3. Race number 5, and you are watching us drive Formula 3 at Laguna Seca as we pass Gab's stricken overpower one more time. Levy now enters the pits and he's going to fall all the way down to the bottom of the pack. Everyone is going to have caught up as Alfie gets very close to passing the safety car. Let's have a look at where Mini is, Mini D. He is just about to enter the corkscrew, and he's got a bit of a gap to fill if he wants to catch up any moment. Oh, very wide. Got a lot of grip through that corner, and well, almost went into the wall, the place you wouldn't expect him to hit. Of course, that wall is unguarded, and I believe it just goes straight to some marshals, because well, the drivers will, if they're going to have an issue, go straight over the cliff and not spin around into the marshals there. Let's have a look at the safety car pack, which is driven by our lovely safety car driver here. Raven is alive. Fun fact, Raven is alive, as you can see by the steering input here. This is the safety car. Yeah. A little bit of a slow speed the safety cars go in. And Alfie certainly knowing that he's found out the hard way. He's got a warning from race control, being told to give Raven some space. The safety car is now in this lap, so we will be returning green very shortly. Let's just ride on board with a Posey, who is in P3, as we wait for the race to go green and underway again. Correction, a Posey is in P4. Now, when we do get the green flag, there will be no overtaking until the start-finish line, and the drivers can't go until Alfie has gone. And by gone, I mean moved fast. Tomei has just crashed into Eduardo. Red flag has been called. That is unusual. And, well, we didn't expect that, but let's just have a look at what's happened. Seb is now off track, and well, let's just get the drone cam out. Seb is very much not happy at Eduardo. Looks like Mini's also had a moment. What has happened to Mini here? So D hit Seb, Seb hit Eduardo, Eduardo hit someone else. They're being told not to talk in chat, and well, we've seen what happened. A red flag has been flown. It looks like 2 cars are now out. The drivers have been reminded that if they do want to report anything, they will need to make a ticket. This is going to be very interesting because, of course, we cannot see what is going on. We cannot see the positions, or the timer, or the lap count. We just have to go off of intuition. I don't know what lap we're on. And, well, we will just have to see what is happening. Seb asking if he can talk to the stewards already. Lap 5. That was only 5 laps. Wow. A lot of action for 5 laps. But that's just what we want though, isn't it? A lot of action. So if we do the maths, that leaves 23 laps of racing when we get going again. All of the drivers having issues reporting a lot of issues with the pit stop mechanism. But since we're in a red flag, that shouldn't really matter. We're just waiting for what the FIA and race control say. And drivers being told to keep the VC clear. We're being told to look at the Discord for any updates, so I will have a quick look. Currently, no updates, but we will see what is going on very, very soon. I'm sure they'll tell us within time. But yeah, red flag, 5 laps in. 2 cars upside down. No, 1 car upside down, 1 car in the gravel, and another driver caught up in the debacle as well. Let's have a look at external. Lining up in P2 in the pit lane. And yeah, all the drivers are going to have to get themselves ready once more. You can see Alfie up front. Yeah, a lot of action. Slow start from Levy on that start, and then the pit lane drivers were allowed to go through the corkscrew. Not much happened, and lots of overtakes were done. And then yeah, we just saw that Seb and Mini coming together, collecting Eduardo, and well, red flag was called out instantly. Pretty fast for this race control, which is interesting, but the drivers were about to go green as well, and well, as they were about to get ready, as they were ready to go green, it was aborted. The start was aborted, and we have a driver entering the track without permission. They should not be on the track. I don't know who Collier is, but it's certainly no one we have as a driver. It is what we call a rando. Yeah, my chat doesn't seem to be working on BeamGP. Interesting, and now my chat is just going to be quiet. Oh. I'm saying my BeamGP is broken. Let me just do some technical stuff. Let me just see what's happened with... No, I can't because... Right, let me just see where my command prompt has gone. Oh, the server's died for everyone apparently. Just have a look. Yes. It still says I'm connected. But I cannot see what is happening. Let me just go to my multiplayer scene and see if that brings up anything new. It does not. Seems like we've got a bit of an issue on our hands, but we can always try rejoining. So, one moment as I fix the issue and find out what the issue is. So, one moment please. Welcome back to the server, everybody. Let me just quickly spawn in my little pigeon. Oh, can you even call this a pigeon? It's just a chassis. There we go. Boom. And now we can see the race positions. Very, very good. So, we have got an update from Race Control. Race Control has given us a restored order. So when everyone is ready, we will restart the race. Don't know why I said it like that, but I did. And you guys will have to live with hearing me say it like that then. So, here we go. The race restart order is Alfie, Timmy, Apposi, Levy, External, Eduardo, and Seb. Unfortunately, everyone else is out of the race, so that includes, unfortunately, the drivers that are out before that, which includes Mini D. So let's have a look at our third place. No, let's not have a look at third place. Let's have a look at P5, which is not this driver. It is this driver, External. Now, External's had an interesting race. He started P6, and well, he's worked his way up to P5, 6 laps into the race. Well, technically 5 laps into the race, but we're restarting from lap 6. Doing the quick calculations, 28 laps minus 6 laps leaves us 22 laps of racing left, which will be very interesting to see we will have another start from the pits, I believe. Not from the pits, from the grid, I believe. It won't be a rolling start, but this time we'll have everyone on the pits. On the pits? Oh, what am I saying? On the grid. Eventually I'll get it correct. And there we go, it is all set. 22 laps on the race time is going. And yeah, all good. Some Jaf people will say all Gucci, but no, that's more of a Gen Z thing. But I don't wear Gucci, so I say all good. Is that a Renault over there? Surely not. Weird. There's been a collision in the pit lane between Seb and Eduardo. Okay. The drivers will be given penalties for speaking in this chat. Especially if they say things like that. I'm sorry that you guys have had to read many swear words over this stream. Yeah. It isn't what we want. And yeah. We're just waiting for the race to get underway again. Let's just clear the screen of any UIs. And we will be ready to go. Riding on board with a levy now. We'll see what we can do. Last weekend I was commentating with this person's friend, who is Kimmy, and there we go, very harsh. It was a pretty, well, the race had a few issues and had to be cancelled, but hopefully it's going better now. 1 hour on the clock. Don't know why there's 1 hour on the clock, but Wesley will give us the restart order. So when Wesley puts it in the chat, we will read it. Alfie in P1. Let's ride on board with Alfie. P2 is Tumo. P3 is Opposy. I can't find them. There we go. We've missed P4. P4 is Levy. And P5 is External. And P6 is Eduardo, if I can find them. And P7 is Seb, rounding off the pack. So, I just realised that grid order is a Pocomo sandwich. We've got Alfie driving for Pocomo in P1 and Seb driving for Pocomo in P7. Drivers now getting ready and getting a bit feisty. They're a bit agitated with each other. They don't like crashes. Anyway, a few seconds left until we go. We will see what happens. We are doing a formation lap now as the drivers get away. And, oh, Seb not moving at all, which is not the best way to get people to overtake you. We've seen a lot of issues with that in the past. And the drivers are now getting into positions. Posey getting in P3, 2 in P2. Levy is in his P4. I didn't say that weirdly. You heard it weirdly. And yeah, all the drivers are ready in their positions as we go around this circuit, ready to restart the race. Just listen to that engine roar. I'll let you have a little listen to that. Glorious sound as we round the final corner to get ready for the restart. External just getting so close to Levy. Let's just get ready for the restart ourselves. Very far away, but that allows us to see them very far. As we wait for the lights, there they are. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights. That's over half. 4 lights, 1 more to go. That's the 5th light, which is red. And now they've turned green. It's away we go for the restart. A very bad start. There's been a collision, a mass collision. And a lot of drivers have been involved. Tum and Levy seem to be worse off. Raven isn't spawned in, and that's all very messy. A lot of drivers caught up in that instant there on the restart, and wow, not what we expected to see. Let's have a look at Eduardo. I think Eduardo was the last driver to get caught up in that incident. Why did I say like that? I said it like, oh, okay. A lot of drivers stuck, seemingly. Let's have a look at Levy crawling it back to the pit lane. Not going very fast at all. I think he's got a bit of suspension damage. Let's have a look at Tum. Oh yeah, that's not very nice. We can hear the engine more. He's using more high revs, but he is catching Levy. I think Levy's got some serious damage driving over that. He shouldn't be overtaking. And he spun it. Is there going to be a collision? There isn't a collision. His Gav passes 1 more time, but he is allowed to pass in that instance because Tum was out of control. And yeah, Tum shouldn't pass it. If he does, that's a second pass under the safety car, which he shouldn't do. And that's a second pass on the safety car, which he shouldn't do. Oh well, that will be looked at after the race. Let's have a look at Posey entering the exiting the pit lane. Correct my apologies. And he will now catch up to the safety car pack. If Timmy and Levy don't fix their cars, that would be astonishing to me. What just happened to the front wing there of Posey's overpowered Grand Prix? It just seemingly just popped off. Interesting. That's not exactly how a car's meant to behave, but I wonder what's happened there. Oh well. Unfortunately, what has happened with Alfie? Alfie spun it on the entry to the corkscrew. Suppose he didn't have to let him through again, but he did. That's a rare mistake by Alfie. Luckily he made an behind the safety car and didn't lose too much time. Hasn't lost anything, seemingly, because Posey gave the position back as Posey's gone very, very wide. Levy in the pits. Who else was in the pits? External in the pits. And lap 10, we'll see who is in front. Well, no, he's in front. Alfie's in front currently, but we'll see who will take the lead on the restart. We'll see when the restart will happen. I predict it will happen this lap. Alfie sweeping out of the way of the safety car as we get nudged sideways by some sink. This car very jumpy. We'll have to see what happens. Let's roll. Jeez. Is that me or is that them? Is that a Posey? Well, something's happened to a Posey's car. So let me just give it a little bit of a buff right there, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let's have a look at Levy. Wow, Levy is very far back. Let's have a look at Gab. We won't have a look at Gab because Gab's not driving. Let's have a look at Seb then. Seb is stuck. Surely not. No. Seb is stuck. Well, that's a revelation. We're looking at the Pocomo here of Seb, Alfie's teammate, and on lap 11 they're out of the race. There they go, they get towed. Let's just have a look at Tume as he catches up to the safety car pack rounding the final corner now. Now we can expect the safety car to be in any moment now. Let's have a look at Eduardo, who is in the safety car pack already. Eduardo racing for LBE Motorsport. He is currently in P3. And that's the P4, that's because we've got the safety car on the leaderboard as well. And well, yeah, we're just waiting for the safety car to be called in and then to restart, for the race to restart. Entering Sector 2 now, or is this partway through Sector 2? I'll leave that up to you. But one thing is for sure, safety car is in this lap. Whoa! These drivers really shooting their cars over the corkscrew. And, well, at some point, Alfie is going to be told he can go when he wants. And then after that, Alfie will decide it's time for him to go. I think that's the green flag. There's the green flag. Alfie's gone already. Riding on board with a Posey, who is trying to keep his nose in. He's gone off track. Alfie weaving to the inside, darting to the out, back to the middle of the track, and a Posey keeping his little bit of a distance. What's he going to do into turn 1? Brakes about average for turn 1. Trying not to hit that sausage curb. Of course, in these cars, if you hit the sausage curbs, you can flip over. Just about misses that sausage curb, and he is losing distance to Alfie. Alfie gaining as he gets 2 wheels on the dirt. And well, these 2 titans of BeamGP, as Alfie dips more tyres on the dirt, that's only going to do him harm. But these 2 titans, they know how to race. They've raced side by side before, and well, they nearly had a massive championship battle in season 2 at the final race, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be Posey, this driver who we're riding on board with on board now. Got taken out by another driver, and that gave Alfie the title. Let's just have a quick look at Alfie's onboard, because it's not every day that you look at the champions on board. He is the reigning championship two-time champion, in fact, and he is currently leading this world championship as well. Posey only returning from a brief moment of retirement a couple of races ago, as Alfie goes way off track with his rear half of his car. Don't know why I'm having a lot of issues speaking right now. And well, look at that gap that has formed over this race. Looks like Timmy is trying to fight back on Posey. Running on board with him now. The Works driver is definitely catching up Posey, yeah, that's for sure. The gap is going down, it's only like 3 seconds now. Whereas, the gap between Posey and Alfie is also 3 seconds. It's neck and neck and neck. The gap between P1, P2, P3. Alfie, Posey and Toomey. There's an odd one out here somewhere. Only one driver hasn't done the previous seasons, as he goes a bit off track there, and that gap is just gaining between Alfie and Posey. What's Posey's answer gonna be? Is he gonna catch up? Is he gonna back up and keep his tyres living for longer? He's gone very deep. He's lost a lot of time now as Timmy gets very sideways. Riding on board with Posey now. Posey's also making mistakes. Let's have a look at that gap from behind. As we see that lens flare and the back pressure, the back popping. I forgot what it's called. Posey's gone off. He's kept a wheel on track. He's kept it stable. He hasn't kept it stable this time as he gets all four wheels onto the dirt. That isn't what you want to be doing a lot of the time. Through the corkscrew again. Take that with such speed that the cars actually take off. Let's just have a quick look at Eduardo. Eduardo is behind Levy, and this is just this is the back. This is the fight for the back places, but the back places still make up the places. They still get points back here. And Alfie and External get warnings for going off track. Eduardo spun it and he might be out. Can he keep going? He's gonna try his hardest. Eduardo is out of the mill. He's made it back on track. 14.5 seconds off track. He's going to be so far behind and so gutted that he's done that mistake. He's going to have to pit for fresh tyres because his tyres are going to be cooked. They're going to be worn. His car is jiggling about all over the place like there is no tomorrow. 10 seconds given to Alfie before going off track. And that's not what you want to do. Eduardo hasn't gone into the pits and he has just gone off track more. Let's ride on board with Posey, currently 11 seconds behind Alfie. Under 10 seconds behind Alfie. If he can just keep his car driving, then well, he will be in the lead of the race. Of course, Alfie's going to be pushing his car as far as he can, and well, not for going off track. He jump started the safety car restart. 10-second penalty for jump starting the safety car restart. That's what Alfie got his penalty for. All manner of things have just been thrown in the air with that penalty. I thought it was for going off track. It wasn't for going off track. It was for going way too early on the safety car restart. He did slow down, but he sped up initially. We've had an incident in Bahrain where the drivers behind thought the drivers in front had gone, and they crashed into each other. A few drivers ended up DNFing from that race because of that incident, and Posey's going to be trying to push his car as hard as he can to get to the back of Alfie and win the race, because he needs these points. He wants to win this championship. He wants to get a championship under his belt. It looks like External has been lapped by Alfie as Posey goes very off track. Excuse me. External in the pits now. Let's run on board with Alfie. He looks like he's got a puncture slightly on his front left, and he's pushing his car as far as he can. He doesn't want this 10-second penalty to affect him as much as anyone would. External leaving the pits one more time. Maybe he just got to drive through. It's hard to say. But this battle between Alfie and Opposy, it's heating up. It may say 15 seconds-ish on the leaderboard, but in actual fact that is 5 seconds, because Alfie has a penalty. He's gone off. He's cut the bottom half of the corkscrew. He's jumped over it like an Olympic athlete. Of course, these drivers pushing their cars as hard as he can. He's gone off track as well. Is that a sign that his tyres are wearing? Is that a sign that he is making mistakes? We'll have to see. Whatever it is, he doesn't want to do it too often. That's just given Opposy 2 seconds in the gap. The gap's closed to 2 seconds. What's happened to Tumi? Tumi in the pits, Opposy in the pits. These two drivers, they've just caught up out of nowhere. This will be interesting to see who will leave the pits first. Will it be Opposy? Will it be Tumi? Let's have a look. Rear camera on Tumi now. As you see, External unlapping himself from these drivers. Oh, neck and neck. Opposy makes it out in front. And this battle for P2 is heating up drastically. Why did I say like that? We will never know. But Alfie now has a free pit stop waiting for himself as Opposy almost leaves the track there. 10 laps left. An interesting proposition has happened. Driver 21, which I believe is Levy, sped perfectly and in the pit lane, got no penalty from it, and Alfie is now in the pits, and we'll see what's happening as Opposy uses all of the track. He said, I'm here for the track and I'm going to use the track. Alfie now, oh, there's been a spin. External spun it on the corkscrew, almost taking out Opposy, almost taking out Tumi. Let's ride on board with Opposy now. This is going to be tight as we get a yellow flag, and I wonder what that is for. Someone's had a moment. Where is Alfie? You can see Alfie in front. Safety car has been called. Is that... I wonder what's happened there. Let's have a look at Eduardo. Eduardo's off. This is Eduardo's POV. He is out. And that is not where you want to be. I think that is that. I see what's happened here. He was leaving the pit lane, put too much throttle down. He's just binned it into the barrier. Eduardo being reset. This is External's POV. We are riding on board with External. He is a lap down. He will be able to unlap himself. Well, that gap that Alfie has, it's going to disappear. That's for sure. Alfie will drive up to the safety car. He's going to enter the pits again. Perfect restart there, perfect entry there. He's going to enter the pits. Now let's have a look at where Opposy is. Opposy entering the pits as well. Where are these drivers going to be? Tumi follows him as well. Ooh, we're going to have a three-way battle. Of course, it's only a two-way battle. Alfie's back out. But where's Tumi going to go? Is Tumi going to exit in front of Opposy? No, he won't. And away they go. The order: Alfie, Opposy, Tumi, Levy, External. Everyone else has unfortunately retired from the race. And what's happened with Levy? Levy is still driving. He was just unusually stopped. Let's have a look at Alfie, who has now caught up to the safety car. And behind we will see Alfie, Opposy. and Tumi catch up soon. Let's ride on board with Tumi, who is of course behind Posey, so we'll see both drivers as they drive to catch up to the safety car. As they, well, catch up to the safety car. Lap 20, the safety car has been out for one lap, I have to say. So lap 19, and we've already had another safety car. What does that make it? 1 red flag, 3 safety cars? Something crazy like that. Wow. We've only got 8 laps left, and all manner of things can still happen, and will still happen. As we wait to see what the result of the race will be. Where is external? We don't know, but we do know now. He's just catching up to the back of the pack, taking his time. He doesn't have to catch up right now. He can catch up in a few laps. Of course, he doesn't have a few laps actually. They will try and bring the safety car in this lap, but he can unlap himself now because, well, he's caught up now, and well, there's no danger. External's being told to unlap himself after turn 1, which is where he will catch up now. Look, he catches up at turn 1, and he'll be able to unlap himself now. Tumo lets him through on turn 1, which is where he was told to let him through, but he lets him through nonetheless. To me, who ride on board with now. To me, racing for P3, and well, yeah. Alfie letting him through, safety car letting external through. Levy off track a little bit again. And, well, external shoots off as fast as he can to catch up as much as he can. I believe the safety car will be in this lap as Alfie dips a couple of wheels on the dart again. And again. And, yeah, through the corkscrew we go one more time. Safety car is in this lap. So external needs to get a shuffle on if he wants to have any semblance of a gap. Lap 21, safety car is in. We will restart on lap 22. So, riding on board with Tumi, and we are looking at Posey and Alfie. When the green flag flies, Alfie can go when he wants. Green flag, and now it's up to Alfie. He has served his penalty, so this is legitimate first place. Where we go? When's Alfie gonna go? Oh no, there's been a collision! Tumi and Posey have kind of coming together, yellow flag, and well, that's just destroyed his rear wing. That's not gonna be the most pleased Posey. Levy goes through into P3. No, P2. And, well, Levy has had a great luck there. He caught up just when he needed to, and he is now in podium positions. The prime podium position, as prime as you can get with Alfie racing. Alfie is in the best podium position. He's in first. Let's have a look at our Posey. Yeah, you can see very skitty on the wheel. I believe that looks very skitty. I think he has genuinely lost his rear wing there. His revs, he's not going too fast because, yeah, I don't think he has his rear wing on his screen. He certainly doesn't on our screen. Let's have a look at the incident driver. This is Tumi. It will be investigated after the race, but that was just not fair for Posey. You've got to feel bad for the guy. He works so hard to get to P2, and he just gets taken away from him on lap 22. Poor guy, completely innocent. He just gets taken out as Levy, very snappy. His car seems right there. Drag race to turn 1. Tumi on the inside, gets squeezed. He keeps his foot planted down the inside. Let's have a look at Levy. He's on board. Levy on the outside. Driving for APS, oh, very sideways. Posey in the pits. He's going to fix his car. And these two drivers are battling for P3. Not P3, well, technically P3, but mainly for P2. That's where everyone wants to be in this little battle here. Apologies about that series of burps. Lock up from Tumi, and Tumi drives away. Let's have a look at Posey as he leaves the pits. well, he's got his job cut out as he dips almost all 4 tyres on the road. And you see external right there. He's going to be caught back up by this driver right here. This is Alfie. You can see external in the distance. It's only a matter of time before he catches up. Let's have a look at Timmy now as he gets away more and more from Gab, not Gab, from Levy behind. Well, technically Gab is out, but yeah, not what anyone wanted the restart to turn out. Let's just take a moment to think back to the race start. Alfie getting away quite well, but Levy having a bit of a stonker. And the pits going away and bunching up very quickly. And then we had a red flag on the restart. We had 2 drivers take each other out. And a 3rd driver was involved in that. 2 drivers could restart, but 1 driver, Mini D, could not. That caused a red flag because Mini D was upside down. Well, let's have a look at Alfie now as he gets past external. All fine and dandy there. And well, Alfie, he's just driving off back to the race start. We had 1 driver, the second iron rock, just spinning it on the restart and taking out another driver. I believe that was the Pocomo of Seb, and no, Seb came out, was out later. Yeah, really unfortunate. And then we had that just now. A lot of restarts, a lot of mayhem, and Alfie off track once more. As we can see, the gaps have grown a bit as Posey is just... He knows his ability to close the gap is not that good. It is quite good, but it's not as good to make up 55 seconds in 8 laps. We've only got 3 laps left of this race, and unfortunately, Posey just... his workload became too much, and he was just taken out by Tommy on that last restart, as we saw. Well, Levy got lucky. This driver right here, driving for APS, he got very lucky. He had 40 seconds of time to make up under the safety car. He made it up perfectly, being able to keep his foot down, and he made it past both of the drivers, Tommy and Posey, and he got up into P2. He is currently P3, and as it looks, he will remain P3. External having a few issues as he goes off track. Safety car is called. I believe this is external. Yeah, it looks like external's got a lot of damage. Let's get the drone shot out. He won't have to work very hard as Alfie passes him again. Oh, that was so close. And something's happened to external, and he is no longer driving very fast, at least in this race. We're going to have Timmy pass here as we get this onboard shot from Timmy. He's shown the yellow flag, and well, look at that. Stricken is what I would call that car. Let's have a look at Levy, and well, that's just a dust cloud. You can't see his car, you just see dust. Let's have a look at Posey, who will be the next driver to pass. No, he won't pass. He is so far behind, but we've got 2 laps left. I don't know what we'll see. It was called a safety car. They did call a safety car, yeah? Safety car was called. No green flag has been flown. So Alfie cannot overtake a Posey. A lot of drivers entering the pits. I say a lot of drivers, it's just the works of Timmy. And yeah, external's just stricken there. He is going to be out of this race. This race has claimed another driver. And well, we will enter the final lap very soon. There is the safety car. That's why I couldn't see it, because I forgot it was not spawned in on time. Oh well. Alfie being told to back away from the safety car once more, as this car was stricken. What is it doing there? Very, very dangerous. External's car is in that position. Next lap is the final lap. And well, External out of this race. Levy has caught up, so we'll have a look at Levy. This is the APS of Levy. And well, yeah, as we enter the final lap now, under the safety car. This is how the race is going to end. The safety car. Final lap. This is lap 28 of 28. Thank you for watching. Alfie is the winner. I'm going to call it here, because there's no way that they can pass each other now. Last lap, there's a safety car. Alfie's won it. And then Levy, and then Toomey. Very controversial podium there for Toomey. Taking out Taposi effectively. Luckily Taposi could keep going. But well, the same couldn't be said for External, as he binned it himself. I'm guessing at this corner right here. Unfortunate, but that's just how the dice rolls sometimes. You've just got to play with the hands you're dealt. This is Levy. And well, he's got P2 in this race. I don't think he'll be very unhappy with that result. I think he's going to be very pleased. That back there is Toomey. A lot of smoke being thrown by something. Alfie, he's locking up. We're right on board with Alfie, as it is the final few moments, and he is about to win this race. Well, we are passing the final moments, and well done, Alfie. You, my friend, have won the race at Laguna Seca. A wonderful moment, and one you can add to your belt of achievements. You are the winner of the Grand Prix of Monterey. I have definitely said that wrong. Apologies, locals. How have I said that so wrong? Oh well. That was the race that was. This was the year that was. That was the night that was. And this is the day this is. Thank you for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure to stream this for you guys. And I'm sure these drivers had as much emotions running through their veins as we have. Yeah. We will now see you guys next weekend, where we have a proper streaming schedule. We will have a better quality and race stream. Unfortunately, due to some external commitments that I had, the qualifying stream wasn't the best form set up, but I will take blame for that. But it will be fixed for next weekend, so don't worry. Speaking of next weekend we have got the Brazilian Grand Prix at Palmadeira. Wonderful track. It's a joy to drive. And, well, we'll have the same drivers, maybe different drivers. The same commentator, me, same place here on YouTube. And the same simulation software. This is BeamGP Drive. It's been a pleasure to commentate today for you this amazing 28 lap race, and well, we'll see you next weekend for some more racing around Palmadeira. See you next time.